Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is the 3rd September 2024. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful for the premium subscribers. So in the first report, let us identify the stocks near demand and supply zone starting from half yearly time frame. So I'm selecting half yearly time frame and let us find the stocks near half yearly demand zone. One stock is filtered. I'll be giving you only few seconds time to watch the report. I request you pause the video. Once you study, you can proceed further. In case if you doesn't understand the structure of the report, I request you complete our training video lesson number 21.1. In part 1 of lesson 21, I have explained each and every column, their values, abbreviations and everything in detail. Also I explained how to draw zones in TradingView by taking the timestamps from leg in and leg out columns and also base candle count. Okay, now let me proceed with the next report. For half yearly time frame, let us find the stocks near half yearly supply zone. So one stock is near to the half yearly supply zone. Next time frame is quarterly. Let us find the stocks near quarterly demand zone. No stocks are filtered. For quarterly time frame, let us find the stocks near quarterly supply zone. 3 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is monthly. Let us find the stocks near monthly demand zone. Only one stock is filtered. Next, for monthly time frame, let us find the stocks near monthly supply zone. 2 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is weekly. Let's find the stocks near weekly demand zone. 3 stocks are filtered. Next, for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks near weekly supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is daily. Entry time frame daily. Let us find the stocks near daily demand zone. 8 stocks are filtered near to the daily demand zone. Let's identify any daily high liquidity daily demand zones from this list. And Indian Hotel is a high liquidity daily demand zone, already tested once. So you need to fine tune up to 5 minutes time frame to find the order flow. If you can find a fresh fine tuned 5 minute zone, you can plan a trade. Otherwise, zone might be violated. That's it. We have identified only high liquidity daily demand zone from this list. Next, daily time frame. Let us find the stocks near daily supply zone. 3 stocks are filtered. And we don't have any daily high liquidity supply zones from this list. Next time frame is 125 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. 10 stocks are filtered. Next, for 125 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 125 minutes supply zone. 4 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 75 minutes. Entry time frame 75 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Let's verify any high liquidity 75 minutes zones from this list, demand zones. IOC is a high liquidity demand zone. Next, TCS is also having high liquidity 75 minutes demand zone. Next, for 75 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 75 minutes supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Let's check any high liquidity supply zones from this list. No, we don't have any high liquidity 75-minute supply zones from this list. Next time frame is 25 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Next 25 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 25 minutes supply zone. So 6 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 15 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. 10 stocks are filtered. Let us identify any of these demand zones are having a confluence with the ITF time frame, that is 15 minutes time frame. So I am adding one more filter, demand zone filter, that is 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone, that is LTF and ITF zone confluence. 5 stocks are filtered from the 11 stocks. Now we got 5 stocks. Now we will verify out of these 5 any of these stocks are having even HTF confluence. LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. So already we enabled 15 minutes and 75. Next 15 minutes and daily, that is a HTF confluence, and also 75 and daily, that is ITF, HTF confluence. With these 3 filters, we got only one stock having LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. Okay, next for 15 minutes time frame, let us identify the stocks near to the 15 minute supply zone. Only 3 stocks are filtered, and out of these 3, 2 are already pierced, so they are not useful. Let us check if this JK Cement is having any ITF confluence. Excuse me. The supply zone confluence 15 minutes and 75 enabled. Let's filter. Only one stock SBN is having, but it is already a pierced zone, pierced supply zone, so no use. So the next report, let us for 5 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 5 minutes supply zone, 5 minutes demand zone. 7 stocks are filtered. If any of these demand zones are having a zone confluence, let's verify the 5 minutes and 15 minutes zone demand zone confluence. That is the LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. Only these 2 stocks are having demand zone confluence. Again, out of these 2, which stock is having LTF, ITF, HTF, that also we will identify. 5 minutes demand zone with 75, 15 minutes demand zone with 75, also enabled all the 3 filters. So both the stocks are having LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. That means 5 minutes, 15 minutes and 75 minutes zone confluence. Both are low on the curve and both are high liquidity zones. Okay. Next report for 5 minutes time frame. Let us find the stocks near 5 minutes supply zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Let's verify out of these 8 how many are having ITF supply zone confluence. That means 5 minutes and 15 minutes supply zone confluence. Out of those 8. So 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone I am enabling. Let's filter. So 2 stocks. These 2 supply zones are having confluence with LTF and ITF. Let us see HTF. Mostly they may not because they are both are low on the curve, but still we will verify. Mostly we may not be getting the is already enabled. Next 5 minutes and 75 I am enabling. 15 minutes and 75 also I am enabling with all the three filters: LTF, ITF, HTF zone. We don't have any stocks as I predicted. Good. So this is about stocks near demand and supply zones. Next we will identify Nifty and Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. Let's start with Nifty 50 from monthly time frame. I am generating monthly supply demand zone chain for Nifty. These 8 zones are filtered, but always look into the zone column to find high liquidity zones, and look into the pierced column. If the pierced count is more than 0, that means zone is pierced. Pierced zones mostly we don't use for trading purpose, but you can use them for price direction and high on the curve, that perspective. But trading purpose we don't use. And also the trend, monthly trend, you can identify as L3. Whichever the time frame you select, that will be treated as the time frame specific trend, and one more time frame higher. That for monthly, one more time frame is quarterly, and one more time frame that is HTF trend. For quarterly, one more time frame higher is yearly. This is the way you can understand for the rest of the reports. Remaining all the columns easily you can understand. Okay, the next time frame is weekly. I am generating weekly supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Weekly supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next time frame is a daily. Generating daily supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next time frame is 125 minutes. I am generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. The next time frame is 75 minutes. Generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next time frame is 25 minutes. Generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next time frame is 15 minutes. Generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next time frame is 5 minutes. Generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. So this is about Nifty supply demand zone chain. Next, Bank Nifty. That is nothing but Nifty Bank. Let's start from monthly time frame. I am generating monthly supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is weekly. I am generating weekly supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is daily. I am generating daily supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. The next time frame is 125 minutes, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is 75 minutes. I am generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is 25 minutes. I am generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. The next time frame is 15 minutes. I am generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is 5 minutes. I am generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. So this is about Nifty and Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. The next set of reports going to generate bullish and bearish trade setup for monthly income trade, weekly income trade, daily income trade and hourly income trade. First let's start with monthly income trade bullish trade setup. For that entry time frame is daily, entry zone, demand zone, bullish or bearish trade setup at daily time frame. I am selecting bullish. This daily demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count column at daily time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. And next filter zone achievement, violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhanced score 12. All the three filters are applied to daily demand zone. Now let's filter the stocks. So this is the filter list. Let me scroll the list down. So total 29 stocks are filtered which are supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Okay, we can further reduce the list by checking based on the zone confluence, based on the EMA confluence. So first I am going to look for out of these 29 stocks, how many stocks are having ITF zone confluence, LTF zone and ITF zone. That means daily is the LTF zone, that means entry zone. And that is daily zone should have confluence with ITF zone, that is weekly zone. So let's verify daily and weekly demand zone confluence. So in the demand zone confluence, I am adding daily demand zone with weekly demand zone. I am enabling this filter. Let's verify. So now the list is reduced to 15. All these 15 stocks are having a daily demand zone and weekly demand zone confluence. Even NIFTY is also in that list. NIFTY is all-time high daily demand zone. Okay, out of these 15, because we are looking for ITF confluence. Always in the bullish trade setup, ITF trend is uptrend. So if any of these ITF zones are having ITF EMA confluence, that means weekly zones are having weekly EMA confluence with the weekly demand zone. That is a high probability trade setup. Because the daily zone is part of the weekly zone. That is what zone confluence. Daily zone is overlapped with weekly zone. That means weekly EMA confluence is there. It's a high probability trade setup. So I'm also going to add one more filter, EMA confluence in weekly time frame. I'm looking for demand zone with weekly EMA confluence. WEMAC means weekly EMA confluence. Now let me filter the stocks. So 11 stocks are filtered. All these 11 stocks are having supporting bullish trade setup. They are having a daily and weekly EMA confluence, and also the weekly zones are having a weekly EMA confluence. So we can say it is a high probability trade setup. Now next we will look for LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. That means daily, weekly and monthly demand zone confluence. First let me remove that EMA confluence. After that let's add EMA demand zone confluence parameter. Already we have enabled daily demand zone with weekly demand zone is already enabled. Now daily with monthly I am enabling, and next weekly and monthly is also I am enabling. That means daily zone, weekly zone are having confluence with monthly zone. So only one stock is filtered. If this stock trend is uptrend, if this is also having monthly EMA confluence, it is a high probability trade setup. So what I am going to do, let us check the zone is having any monthly EMA confluence, monthly demand zone with monthly EMA. The reason why we are checking, because the daily zone and weekly zone are part of the monthly zone now. So that monthly zone is having monthly EMA confluence. It is a high probability trade setup. Excellent. This is also having monthly EMA confluence. So you can always look into this search strategy to check what filters we have applied. We have a demand zone confluence weekly, monthly, daily. and also EMA confluence, that is a monthly demand zone with monthly EMA confluence. Okay, next we can look for bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Sorry, bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Monthly income trade entry time frame is daily. Bearish trade setup supply zone, and bullish or bearish trade setup at a daily. I am selecting the value bearish. This daily supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count daily time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value 0. And zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum order enhancer score is 12. All the 3 filters are applied to daily supply zone. So no stocks are filtered. So the next report is weekly income trade bullish trade setup. So entry time frame is 75 minutes. Entry zone should be demand zone for bullish trade setup, and also in bullish or bearish trade setup in 75 minutes I am selecting bullish. 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count in 75 minutes time frame I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum order enhancers 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 75 minutes demand zone. Now 17 stocks are filtered. That means these 17 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. To further look into the high probability trade setups, let's look into zone confluence. How many of these 75 minute zones are having confluence with ITF time frame? ITF is a daily and 75 minutes demand zone confluence. So in the demand zone confluence, looking for 75 minutes and the daily demand zone. Enable the filter. Now let's filter. From 17 the list is come down to 9. That means all these 9 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, and also all these 75 minutes entry time frame zones are having confluence with ITF zone, that is a daily zone. Now to further add more probability setup, let us check any of these daily zones, because ITF time frame is a daily and 75 minutes zone is now part of the daily zone. If the daily zone is having daily EMA confluence, it is even more high probability trade setup. So that is the reason why EMA confluence I am adding in daily time frame. Let's look for daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence. Let's filter. From 7, 3 stocks are filtered. So these 3 stocks are high probability trade setup. They are supporting weekly income trade, and the 75 minute zone and daily zones are having confluence, and also the daily zones are having EMA confluence, daily EMA confluence. In that Coromandel is near the demand zone, near the 75 minutes demand zone. Very interesting. You can focus on this tomorrow. And moreover, it is a fresh zone. But only thing is, you should not forget lesson number 20. Please remember, I already gave you checklist in lesson number 20. So as per the lesson number 20, this 75 minute zone, you need to fine tune up to 5 minutes time frame. 5 minutes time frame is not for taking the entry. Maybe if the risk is high, you can take. That is a different story. But the reason why you need to fine tune with 5 minutes to check institutional order flow is there or not. Otherwise, there are higher chances the zone will be violated. That's why safety point of view, you are fine tuning up to 5 minutes. You may take your entry at 5 minutes level or 15 minutes level or even at 75 minutes zone level if your risk management is within your manageable level. You can take a type 2 entry of 75 minutes zone. Still you feel risk is high, you can take entry at 15 minutes zone, fine-tuned zone level, or type 2 15 minutes fine-tuned zone level as per your risk management point of view. But why you need to fine-tune up to 5 minutes zone is to check institutional order flow is there or not, so that the zone won't be violated. If there is no fine-tuned 5 minute zone, at least there are 80% chances that the zone will be violated. That's safety point of view. So immediate opportunity is available in this stock. And next, let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF zone confluence. All these zones are daily EMA confluence is there. Removing this EMA filter. Now let's look for LTF, ITF, HTF confluence, demand zone confluence. So already 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone is enabled. Now 75 with the weekly demand zone I am enabling. Next, daily and weekly demand zone also I am enabling. With all the 3 filters, let's find how many stocks will filter. So 3 stocks are filtered. All these 3 stocks are having LTF, ITF, HTF zone confluence. Out of these 3, 2 stocks are having uptrend in HTF. That means weekly trend is uptrend. So if any of these 2 stocks, if weekly EMA confluence is also enabled, because your 75 minute zone and daily zone are part of the weekly zone. That is what these 3 stocks are telling. They are having daily, weekly and 75 minute zone confluence. Because all the 75 and daily zones are part of the weekly zone, if the weekly zone is having weekly EMA confluence and trend is uptrend, because sideways EMA confluence doesn't make any sense. So that's why first stock and third stock, if any of these stocks are filtered, you can treat that as a high probability trade setup. So in the EMA confluence in weekly time frame, I am selecting if any of those HTF zones, weekly zones are having confluence with weekly EMA confluence demand zone. Weekly demand zone with weekly EMA confluence. Out of these 3, 1 stock is filtered, and the stock Apollo Hospital HTF trend, that means the weekly trend is also uptrend, having weekly EMA confluence. As part of this weekly zone, we have zone confluence with daily and 75 minute zone. It's a high probability trade setup. And also it is a high liquidity zone, already tested once. Maybe there is an opportunity, you may get one more test opportunity. RR is very good. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame 75 minutes. Entry zone supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 75, I am selecting bearish. And this 75 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement is violated, opposing zone. Minimum odd and enhanced score should be 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 75 minute supply zone. Now let's filter. So now currently no stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, bullish trade setup for daily income trade. For daily income trade, entry time frame 15 minutes. Entry zone bullish trade setup demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting the value bullish. This 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, 15 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement is violated, opposing zone. Minimum odd and enhanced score is 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 15 minutes demand zone. Now we got around 20 plus stocks are filtered. Scrolling the list down. So total 20 stocks are filtered. And all these 20 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Now let us verify how many of these stocks are having a confluence with ITF time frame. That means 15 minutes and 75 minutes zone confluence, demand zone confluence. So let's add that filter. In the demand zone confluence, 15 minutes demand zone with 75, I am enabling. Let's filter. Now the list is come down to 15 stocks. From 20, the list is come down to 50. And all these 15 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade, and also the 15 minute zone and 75 minute zone, LTF and ITF zones confluence, demand zone confluence is there. And if this ITF is uptrend, it is also having daily EMA confluence, it is a high probability trade setup. So in the EMA confluence parameter, in 75 minutes time frame. I am checking 75 minutes demand zone with daily EMA Confluence. Let's filter. 3 stocks are filtered. These 3 are also having daily EMA Confluence and also bullish trade setup and also 75 minutes and daily zone confluence. Okay, fine. Now we will also look into LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. HTF is daily. That means 15 minute zone, 75 minute zone or should be part of the daily zone. So I am removing the EMA filter. Now let me check. Already 15 minutes demand zone 75 is enabled. Next 15 minutes demand zone with daily, I am enabling HTF confluence, and also 75 with daily also I am enabling LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. With all the 3 filters, let's verify how many stocks will filter. 5 stocks are filtered. These 5 stocks are having LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. Okay, if any of these stocks are having daily EMA confluence, especially those HTF zones having uptrend. If those stocks are filtered, that means second or third or fourth, if any of these stocks are having daily EMA confluence, it is a high probability. Sideways, it doesn't make sense, EMA confluence. So I am going back. In the EMA confluence, in the daily time frame, daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence. Let's filter. So one stock is filtered, but that is a sideways, so there is no use with this. But okay, but other filters are very good. It is a high liquidity zone. Okay, the next one is a bearish trade setup for daily income trade. So entry time frame is 15 minutes, entry zone is supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup, at 15 minutes I am selecting bearish. And this 15 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, 15 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score 12. If all the 3 filters are, all the 3 filters are applied to 15 minute supply zone, now let's filter. So 3 stocks are filtered. So these 3 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Let's verify if any of these stocks are having a supply zone confluence. ITF, LTF and ITF, that means 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone confluence. So 15 minutes and supply zone, I am enabling the filter. Now let's filter. So only one stock is filtered. And no need to check for the EMA confluence. The 75 minutes EMA confluence is there, it is a high probability. Because we are looking for 15 minute zone is part of 75. If the 75 is downtrend, if it is having EMA confluence, it is even more high probability trade setup. So 75 minute zone with daily EMA confluence. 75 minutes demand zone, daily EMA confluence. No, that stock is not having EMA confluence. No problem. Next, we will look for LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. I am removing EMA filter. Now in the demand zone already sorry for my mistake. Previously we made a mistake. This stock is this is a supply zone. This is a bearish trade setup. So I need to look for supply zone have EMA confluence. I looked into demand zone EMA confluence. So let me correct. In the 75 minutes supply zone 75-minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence. Still the stock is not there. Okay, no problem. Let's remove this. Now in the supply zone EMA confluence, 15-minute supply zone 75 is already enabled. Now in HTF confluence, so 15-minute supply zone with daily supply zone I am enabling. 75 with daily supply zone also I am enabling the filter with all the three filters LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. Only one stock. So Kotak Bank is having even confluence with HTF. Earlier it was filtered ITF, HTF. And trend is sideways. So daily EMA confluence, even if it is there, it doesn't make sense. So we need not check for. But it is a high liquidity zone, already tested 2 times. Okay, Kotak Bank is a bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Next, bullish trade setup for hourly income trade. For hourly income trade, entry time frame is 5 minutes. Entry zone is demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 5 minutes, I am selecting bullish. The 5 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count column, in the 5 minutes, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement is violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score is 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 5 minutes demand zone. Now 11 stocks are filtered. These 11 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for hourly income trade. Now let's verify any of these stocks are currently having confluence with ITF time frame. Because directly taking trade on 5 minutes is not always advisable. Of course they may work sometimes they may fail. That's why high probability point of view. The demand zone confluence, 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone confluence. Let's verify. LTF, ITF demand zone confluence. 9 stocks are filtered. Currently these 9 stocks are having 5 minutes and 15 minutes demand zone confluence. If these 15 minutes demand zones, because 5 minutes is part of the 15 minute zone, if any of those 15 minutes demand zone are having confluence with the daily time frame, maybe the probability is a little higher. So in the EMA confluence, in the 15 minutes time frame, I am looking for demand zone with daily EMA confluence. So none of those zones are having a EMA confluence with 15 minutes with the daily EMA. Okay, anyway, I am removing this filter. Now let's look for LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. The demand zone confluence. 5 minutes and 15 minutes is already enabled. Next 5 minutes with 75 HTF zone confluence. And also 15 minutes and 75 minutes zone confluence. So all the 3. LTF, ITF, HTF zone confluence. 6 stocks are filtered. Out of these 6 stocks, 5 stocks are having uptrend. If any of these stocks are having 75-minute zone with daily EMA confluence, it's a high probability trade setup. Let's look into the EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame, because the 5 minutes and 15 minutes is now part of 75-minute zone. That's why 75-minute zone we are looking for 75 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence. No, none of the stocks are having EMA confluence. Fine. And in the next report, bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. For hourly income trade, entry time frame is 5 minutes. Entry zone is supply zone for bearish trade setup. And also in bullish or bearish trade setup, at 5 minutes time frame, I am selecting bearish. These 5 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count column, 5 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement is violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score is 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 5 minute supply zone. Now let's filter. 7 stocks are filtered. That means currently these 7 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. Now let's verify how many of these stocks are having confluence with ITF time frame. That means 5 minutes and 15 minutes supply zone confluence. because it is a bearish trade setup. So we should look for supply zone confluence. Let's look into the supply zone confluence. 5-minute supply zone with 15-minute supply zone, that is LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. Now 7 stocks, all these 7 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup, and also the 5-minute zones confluence with 15-minute zones. We have good number of zones are having high liquidity supply zones. Now out of these 7, now again we will verify whether any of these 15 minutes zones, because we have 5-minute zone is part of the 15-minute zone. The supply zone confluence, this 5-minute zone is a part of the 15-minute zone. So let's verify the 15-minute trend is downtrend. Let's verify any of these 15-minute zones are having daily EMA confluence, supply zone confluence. So in the EMA confluence in 15 minutes time frame, I am checking supply zone, 15-minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence. One stock, GAIL. This is a high probability trade setup, and also it is moving between high liquidity demand zone and high liquidity supply zone. So this is a bearish trade setup, and RR is also excellent, good. Already tested twice. We know high liquidity zones supports multi-testing, and also it is supporting bearish trade setup. Now let's verify if any of these stocks are having HTF confluence. So I am removing this EMA filter. Now let's look for 5 minutes, 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone confluence. Already 5 minutes and 15 minutes is enabled. Next 5 minutes and 75 minutes I am enabling, and 15 minutes and 75 also I am enabling. That means LTF, ITF, HTF confluence, 5 minutes, 15 minutes and 75 minutes confluence. These 2 stocks are filtered. If Divis Lab, because the Adani Ports is sideways, if Divis Lab is having EMA, daily EMA confluence, because this is a 75 minutes, HTF zone is 75. Now 5 minutes and 15 minutes is part of the 75 minute zone. If this 75 minute zone is having daily EMA confluence, it is a high probability trade setup. Let's verify 75 minutes supply zone with daily EMA confluence. Adani Ports is filtered, but it is a sideways, so it's not really much important for the EMA confluence. But anyway, the zone is a high liquidity zone. Okay, this is about bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. In the final report, stop buffers based on the daily ATR I am generating. First 17 in this list are indices, that includes all sectorial indices, remaining all are equity stocks. But the equity stocks are filtered from F&O list. So I am scrolling the list down. Whichever the stock you want to refer, there you please pause the video. This is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.